If you want to learn AI but you're feeling confused, I honestly don't blame you. Every week there's a new tool, a new model, you have to try this post, and it's hard to know where to actually begin. Most people I talk to are stuck in the same place. They've used ChatGPT a few times, maybe Gemini once, and they have this quiet feeling that they're falling behind without really knowing what to do about it. I want to fix that for you today. I've been helping people learn new technologies and digital skills for over 15 years, and the one thing I know for sure is that the best way to learn something new isn't to watch more content. It's to follow a clear, step-by-step roadmap with a real outcome at the end of each day. And this is exactly what you'll learn in this video. I've put together a 7-day roadmap that takes you from complete beginner to genuinely confident with AI. And when I say a roadmap, I mean a real one. For each day, I'll give you practical tips you can use right away, resources that can teach you in-demand skills fast without wasting your time, and a clear outcome so you know exactly what you should be able to do by the end of the day. By the end of the week, you'll have real AI skills you can put on your resume, the kind of skills that are showing up in more and more job descriptions every month. So grab a coffee and let's dive in. Day one isn't about doing anything fancy. It's about getting your head around what AI actually is, because if you skip this part, everything else feels confusing later. Here's the simplest way to think about it. AI is like a very smart assistant that has read most of the internet. It can write, summarize, explain, brainstorm, and even code. But it has no memory of you unless you give it context, and it's not always right. AI tools are not search engines. They generate answers based on patterns, which means they can sound completely confident and still be wrong. So always double check anything important, especially numbers, names, and facts. The 3 tools worth knowing by name are ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. They all do similar things, they all have free versions, and the differences only really matter once you're more advanced. For now, just know they exist. To build a solid foundation in AI, I want you to take Andrew Ng's AI for Everyone course on Coursera. It's free to audit, it's beginner-friendly, and it takes about 7 hours. You don't need to watch every single lesson. Focus on Module 1, which covers what AI is, and Module 2, which is about building AI projects in real life. Those 2 modules are where the practical understanding lives. You can skim Modules 3 and 4 if you're short on time. By the end of day 1, you'll have a clear idea of what AI is and what it can do, and that already puts you ahead of about 90% of people who are trying to figure this out on their own. All right, let's keep going. Day 2 is where things start to get really practical, because you're going to learn the skill that decides whether AI works for you or wastes your time: prompting. The way you talk to AI directly shapes the quality of what you get back. 2 people can use the exact same tool and get completely different results, and the only difference is how they wrote the prompt. Let me give you a few tips that will instantly improve every prompt you write. First, always tell the AI 3 things: who it should act as, what you want it to do, and who it's for. For example, instead of writing, write a LinkedIn post about AI, write, act as a marketing expert. Write a LinkedIn post for small business owners about how AI can save them time. Same topic, completely different result. Second, give context. The more background you give, the better the answer. If you're writing an email, paste the email you're replying to. If you're brainstorming, tell the AI what you've already tried. Third, ask for the format you want. Bullet points, a table, a 200-word email, 3 options to choose from. Say it clearly, and the AI will deliver it. And fourth, when the first answer isn't quite right, don't start over. Just tell the AI what to fix. Say, make it shorter, make it more casual, or rewrite the opening. That back and forth is where great results come from. The easiest way to improve your prompting skills is the Google Prompting Essentials specialization on Coursera. It's free, and the whole thing takes about 4 hours. Focus specifically on the lessons that cover the prompting framework: role, task, context, and format, and the lessons on iterating on a prompt. Those are the parts you'll use every single day for the rest of your life with AI. By the end of day 2, you'll be writing prompts that get noticeably better answers than the average user. And that one skill alone is going to make every other day on this roadmap easier. Day 3 is where things start to feel powerful. You're going to use AI as your personal writing partner. And once you have a real workflow for this, it can save you hours every week. A few tips to have in mind. Never ask AI to write a blog post about X with no context. The result will be generic and you'll hate it. Instead, give it your angle, your audience, and the tone you want. The more you guide, the more it sounds like you. Use AI as an editor, not just a writer. Some of the best uses I've found are pasting in a draft I already wrote and asking AI to tighten it, fix the flow, or sharpen the opening. The writing stays yours, and the AI just makes it better. If you want AI to match your voice, feed it samples of your previous writing first. Just paste 2 or 3 things you've written before and say, match this style. It works surprisingly well. And always do a final pass yourself. People can usually tell when something is written by AI, and a quick rewrite in your own words is what makes it actually sound like you. To really level up your writing skills, take the Google AI Essentials course on Coursera. It's free, around 8 hours, and it's designed for working professionals. Focus on the modules that cover using AI for everyday work tasks and the prompting practice exercises. You can move quickly through the responsible AI section. It's important, but it's not where the practical skill lives. While you're going through it, I also recommend Google's free YouTube playlist called Make AI Work For You. It's a series of short, practical videos you can watch on a break or while you eat lunch, and it shows real examples of using AI for writing in different work scenarios. By the end of day 3, you'll have a writing workflow that genuinely saves you time, and you'll have something to show for it: a finished post, an email, an article, written faster and better than you could have done alone. Day 4 is about turning AI into your research assistant. Once you know how to do this, you'll never read a long report the same way again. Here are the tips that matter most. For documents you already have, PDFs, articles, meeting notes, study material, use Notebook LM. It's a free tool from Google, and the way it works is brilliant. You upload your sources, and it only answers questions based on those sources. That means it won't make things up, which is the biggest weakness of regular AI chatbots when you're researching. For researching a topic from scratch, use Gemini Deep Research or ChatGPT's research mode. Give it a clear question and let it browse the web, read multiple sources, and come back with a structured report. This is genuinely magical the first time you see it work. Always ask for sources. A good research prompt always ends with, and include the links you used. That way you can verify anything that matters. And don't just ask for a summary. Summaries are boring and shallow. Ask for the 3 most surprising findings, the strongest argument in the piece, or the main counter-arguments. That's where real insight comes from. To really sharpen your AI research skills, take the Google AI for Research and Insights course on Coursera. It's part of Google's AI certification, it's beginner-friendly, and it walks you through exactly how to use Notebook LM and Gemini Deep Research for finding information, analyzing it, and turning it into something useful. By the end of day 4, you'll be able to read a 50-page report in minutes and research any topic faster than you ever thought possible. Day 5 is the fun one. You're going to make your first AI image and your first AI video, and you don't need to be artistic or technical to do it. Some tips first. For images, focus on Gemini's Nano Banana model. It's currently one of the best image generators out there, it's accessible right inside the free Gemini app, and the results are honestly impressive. A good image prompt has 4 parts: the subject, the style, the setting, and the mood. For example, a young woman working on a laptop in a sunlit cafe, photorealistic, warm tones, shallow depth of field. That one prompt will give you a far better image than something vague like a woman with a laptop. For video, focus on VO, also from Google. Start with short clips, around 5 to 10 seconds, and describe motion clearly. Things like slow zoom in, camera pans left, or person walks toward the camera make a big difference in the result. And here's the tip most people miss. Always generate 3 or 4 versions of every prompt. AI image and video tools are inconsistent, and the best result is rarely the first one. Treat the first generation as a draft. Your free resources for day 5 are Google's official Nano Banana and VO prompting guides, plus the prompt galleries on the Gemini website, where you can see what other people are creating and copy the prompt structures that work. By the end of day 5, you'll have made your first AI image you're actually proud of, and your first AI video clip. That experience changes how you think about content forever. All right, day 6 is where we step into something that sounds harder than it actually is. I know what you might be thinking. I'm not a coder. I don't want to learn programming. That's completely fine, and you don't need to. But knowing how to use AI to write small bits of code opens up a whole new level of leverage. You can automate repetitive work, build little tools that solve real problems, and stop being dependent on someone else every time you need something custom. Let me give you a few tips that will make this much less intimidating. You don't need to learn a programming language to use AI for coding. You need to learn how to describe what you want clearly. That's it. If you can write a clear prompt, you can build something. Start with a tiny goal. A script that renames files in a folder. A simple one-page website. A small automation that saves you 10 minutes a day. Anything bigger and you'll get stuck and frustrated. When something breaks, and it will, paste the error message back to the AI and ask it to explain in plain English. That's actually how you learn. You'll go from, I have no idea what this means, to, oh, that makes sense, in about a minute. And treat AI coding tools the way you'd treat a smart but new team member. Give them clear instructions, patient feedback, and small tasks to start. To really get comfortable coding with AI, take Anthropic's Claude Code 101 course. It's about 90 minutes, and it's the cleanest introduction to AI coding I've seen. Focus on the setup section and the first few hands-on examples. That's enough to get a real feel for how this works. By the end of day 6, you'll understand what AI coding tools can do, and you'll have a much clearer picture of what you can build going forward. Day 7 is the skill that ties everything together, and it's the one most beginners don't even know exists. You're going to learn about custom GPTs, and once you understand them, you'll wonder how you ever used AI without them. A custom GPT is a version of ChatGPT that you've set up with your own instructions, your own tone, and even your own files as a knowledge base. Think of it as your personal AI assistant for one specific job. Here's why custom GPTs matter so much. If you've been using AI seriously, you've probably noticed that you're typing the same kind of prompt over and over. The same role description, the same tone instructions, the same context. A custom GPT lets you set all of that up once. Then, every time you use it, it already knows who it is and what you need. The best first custom GPT to build is one you'll actually use every week. A personal writing editor that knows your style. A social media post generator in your voice. A study tutor for a topic you're learning. A brainstorming partner for your business. Pick one that solves a real problem you have right now. The other big advantage is that custom GPTs can use your own files. You can upload documents, brand guidelines, customer notes, anything, and the GPT will use those as its knowledge base. That makes it far more accurate and useful than a regular ChatGPT conversation. To start building your own custom GPTs, take the free Claude 101 course from Anthropic. It walks you through how to set up custom GPTs in Claude, which are called projects. And once you understand how projects work, you can use the exact same concept to create gems in Gemini or custom GPTs in ChatGPT. The setup is slightly different in each tool, but the idea is identical. By the end of day 7, you'll have built at least one custom GPT you can use every week, and you'll understand a side of AI that most casual users never even discover. So that's the 7-day roadmap. Day 1 for the foundations, day 2 for prompting, day 3 for writing, day 4 for research, day 5 for images and video, day 6 for coding, and day 7 for custom GPTs. The total time is about a normal work week, and the skills you'll walk away with are the same skills that companies are paying real money for right now. One last thing before you go. The biggest mistake I see beginners make is treating AI learning like watching a TV series. They consume the content, they nod along, and then nothing changes in their actual life. The people who actually get good at this don't watch more. They open the tools and use them. So as you go through this week, after every lesson, the question to ask yourself is, what did I just learn, and how am I going to use it today? Stay close to that question, and 1 week is genuinely enough to change what you're capable of. If this roadmap helped you, hit subscribe to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.